7 reasons you should never neglect squats. The simple barbell back squat, and the many squat variations, are favorites among powerlifters, bodybuilders, and other athletes for one simple reason: squats work. Squats are not only effective for building an insanely strong lower body, but also because they deliver a number of ancillary physical benefits, including increased hormone release and improved flexibility. Weirdly enough, though, squats have a mixed reputation in some circles. We've heard plenty of gym myths around squats that simply aren't true. Still in doubt? Here are 7 reasons why you should make squats a staple of your weekly routine. 1. Squats increase hormone release. Total body exercises are potent stimulators for muscle-building hormones like testosterone and growth hormone. Because they involve almost every muscle in the body, they cause a great stimulus for growth. Load up a challenging weight to reap the anabolic hormonal benefits that will help you build muscle everywhere, not just your lower half. 2. Squats enhance core strength. Since squats are typically loaded from top to bottom, either in the form of a barbell or a dumbbell, your core has to work overtime to prevent injury and maintain an upright posture. In terms of building your six-pack, heavy compound exercises like squats should be a staple. Include front squats, which involve a barbell held in front of your body, for an increased core demand. 3. Squats improve flexibility. By moving your body through a full range of motion, you'll not only build strength, you'll boost flexibility as well. Deep squatting helps to increase range of motion in the entire hip complex. The benefit: reduced back pain and an easier time getting around in daily activities or sporting events. 4. Squats reduce your chance of injury. Boosting the muscles surrounding your knees and hips is a quick method to reduce your chance of injury when jumping, running, and doing almost any activity. Squats build your glutes, hamstrings, and quad muscles, primary stabilizers when you're cutting and moving on the playing field. Include both single and double leg varieties to help bulletproof your lower body. 5. Squats create a stronger lower body. This may seem like common sense, but squatting varieties are key for developing lower body strength. Although machine exercises like leg curls and leg extensions may target the quads and hamstrings, squats utilize almost every lower body muscle in unison, which translates to real-world strength. Since you aren't locked into a machine, you're also building stability and exposing potential imbalances between your left and right side. If you notice your hips shifting from side to side during the movement, put aside your ego and work on single leg exercises to shore up your hips. You'll be better off for it. 6. Squats increase vertical jump. Having hops on the court isn't only correlated with genetics. The ability to extend your hips powerfully is a key factor in increasing your vertical leap. Luckily, squats build hip extension strength. As a bonus, squats not only help you produce power, but also help you absorb it. Absorbing impact translates to fewer injuries as you're coming down from getting a rebound. Include both heavy squats to build strength and lighter, quicker reps to boost explosiveness. 7. Squats improve your workout efficiency. Forget spending a few hours in the gym hopping from machine to machine in search of a good workout. Introduce a few sets of heavy squats into your routine, and you'll see what you've been missing. This total body move will jack up your heart rate and leave your legs burning in no time. You'll have more time left over to hit your core or add some foam rolling and stretching into your routine. Here are some squat variations you should be doing. 1. Reigning champ back squat. Advantages: posterior chain power, hypertrophy. This is what you think of when you hear the word squat. In my opinion, the back squat is the king of the strength training world, and we're all just lucky to bask in its glory. Not only is it the most commonly utilized form of squatting, except for the half squat, maybe, the full barbell back squat is one of the most effective exercises in the history of civilization for strengthening the lower body. While it trains the entire lower body musculature, the back squat places greater emphasis on the muscles of the posterior chain, such as the glutes, hamstrings and spinal erectors, than other squat variations. It's also an unparalleled lower body mass builder, so if size is what you're after, you need to give it a serious look. Cues: grab the barbell with a grip slightly wider than shoulder width, step under the bar, and place it across your upper back just below the top of your trapezius. Be sure to keep your shoulder blades pulled tightly together and maintain a tight upper back throughout the lift. After stepping out of the rack, initiate the movement by pushing your hips behind you. Keep your chest up and maintain an arched back while lowering yourself until the crease of your hip is lower than the top of your knee. Allow me to repeat that: lower than the top of your knee. Strongly reverse the movement until back to the starting position. That's 1 rep. 2. Front squat. Advantages: balanced leg strength, core and upper back strength, harder to cheat. The front squat is quickly gaining popularity among a wide variety of athletes, partially because of its prominence in CrossFit protocols. It's also a crucial component of Olympic lifts. Whatever the reason you do it, it's an outstanding movement, not least of all because it's harder to do really badly than a back squat. By locating the barbell across your shoulders in front of the body, the front squat puts much more emphasis on the quadriceps and upper back than the traditional back squat, but still trains the glutes and hamstrings well. Cues: I prefer a clean grip for the front squat. To perform it this way, grab a barbell with a grip slightly wider than shoulder width. Swing your elbows under the bar until they are pointing forward and the barbell rests across your shoulders in front of you. Keep your elbows pointed forward throughout the movement. Squat while keeping your weight on your heels. Keep your chest and elbows up. 3. Overhead squat. Advantages: balance, muscular control, increased mobility. Like front squats, overhead squats have their roots in Olympic weightlifting. The overhead squat strengthens the midpoint of the barbell snatch and is essential to mastering that particular lift. For non-competitive weightlifters, it can be an effective way to train the lower body while developing balance and mobility. Cues: snatch or press the barbell overhead and, while keeping it over your center of gravity, perform a squat. Overhead squats demand a certain degree of shoulder mobility to be executed correctly, but taking wide grip on the barbell makes this much easier. You may find it difficult to use a heavy enough weight on the overhead squat to truly challenge your legs, but that's not the point here. The hip mobility demands it places on you carry over to all other squatting variations. 4. Zercher squats. Advantages: torso and core strength, less spinal compression, carry over to deadlift. A fairly uncommon exercise in most gyms, the Zercher squat is one of the best movements out there for developing a strong upper back and torso. Despite being a squat, however, most lifters find that it has a strong carryover to the deadlift and embrace it for that reason. Even so, it is a valuable addition to your program on its own merits. Be careful of loading this movement too heavily too quickly, though. You're holding the bar in your elbows, after all. Cues: building up a one-legged squat can be difficult, so approach it as a long-term project. Start by squatting to a high box or bench, being careful to lower yourself under control. Once you can do a few reps at a certain height, lower the box and repeat. Using this method you should eventually be able to work your way down to a full one-legged squat. Some people find that holding a light dumbbell or a plate in front of them helps to balance them, but keep it light. In time, you might be able to perform a one-legged squat with more added resistance. 5. Bulgarian split squat. Advantages: trains balance, hypertrophy, addresses strength imbalances. This single-leg squat variation has become incredibly popular recently, and with good reason. Unilateral training can have benefits for all lifters, whether for bodybuilding, powerlifting, competitive sports, or recreational training. Working one leg at a time helps improve imbalances between sides, trains overall sense of balance, and allows you to overload the muscles without needing as much weight. Despite what you see around you in the gym, you can go surprisingly heavy with these squats. Just start slowly and focus on developing balance and familiarity with the movement before stacking on the weight. When you're comfortable, you can up the ante with dumbbells at your sides, held in front of you goblet squat style, or with a barbell in either a back squat or front squat position. Cues: place one foot a few feet behind you on a bench or a raised platform. Keeping an upright torso, begin by pushing your hips back, like in a back squat. Allow your back leg to bend at the knee. Descend until you reach the bottom position, which can be when your front leg reaches parallel, or when your back knee touches the ground. It's not uncommon to feel a stretch in the quadriceps and hip flexors of the rear leg. 6. One-legged squat or pistol squat. Advantages: balance, mobility, high-tension strength. The one-legged squat, or pistol squat, is the ultimate test of unilateral lower body strength. As with other feats of strength like the one-armed push-up or pull-up, the one-legged squat requires mastery of your body weight, balance, and skill. When mastered, it is an excellent and impressive way to build strength throughout the lower body. Until then, it's an excellent way to fall on your can. Cues: building up a one-legged squat can be difficult, so approach it as a long-term project. Start by squatting to a high box or bench, being careful to lower yourself under control. Once you can do a few reps at a certain height, lower the box and repeat. Using this method you should eventually be able to work your way down to a full one-legged squat. Some people find that holding a light dumbbell or a plate in front of them helps to balance them, but keep it light. In time, you might be able to perform a one-legged squat with more added resistance. 7. Hack squat. Advantages: quad strength, lack of spinal compression. Some say the hack squat is as much a deadlift as it is a squat, because the load comes off the ground. However you classify it, the hack squat can be an effective movement for building lower body strength and muscle. It's an underutilized exercise that places a strong focus on the quadriceps, because leaning forward like in a back squat simply isn't an option. Due to its strength and mobility requirements, it's best to start off with a reasonably light weight until you get used to it. Your grip strength will have a lot to say about how light. Cues: position a barbell just behind your legs, with your feet flat on the floor or heels raised on a small plate. Grab the barbell behind you with an overhand, palms facing backward, grip. Keeping your back arched and chest up, extend your hips and knees until you are standing straight up. I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching.